Sulawesi is often described as an island with a shape unlike any other. Some say it looks like a broken letter K. Others see the form of an octopus stretching its arms out into the sea. But the uniqueness of Sulawesi does not end with its geography. This island is a natural laboratory, a cradle of strange, rare, and fascinating creatures found nowhere else on Earth. If you want to keep uncovering worlds like this, don't forget to subscribe. It helps bring more of these hidden stories to life. To understand the uniqueness of Sulawesi, we first need to explore what is known as the Wallace Line, an invisible boundary that divides the animal world into two great realms. And if you're fascinated by these frontiers of nature, remember to subscribe. It ensures you won't miss the next discovery. On the western side live the classic animals of Asia: tigers, elephants, orangutans. To the east dwell the creatures of Australia: kangaroos, birds of paradise, Komodo dragons. And right in the middle lies a twilight zone, a region where Asia and Australia meet but never truly merge. This realm is known as Wallacea, and Sulawesi is its beating heart. The Wallace Line was first introduced by Alfred Russel Wallace, a British naturalist of the 19th century. During his explorations of the Indonesian archipelago, he discovered a remarkable pattern. Although the islands were separated only by narrow straits, the species that lived on them were dramatically different. For example, Bali and Lombok, so close in distance, yet worlds apart in terms of wildlife. For biologists, Sulawesi is a paradox of life. Look west to Sumatra and Borneo, and you find Asia's familiar fauna: orangutans, tigers, rhinos, elephants, all part of what scientists call the Sunda Shelf, once a vast extension of the Asian continent. Look east to New Guinea and Australia, and you enter the world of the Sahul Shelf, dominated by marsupials like kangaroos, wallabies, and cuscus, and even egg-laying mammals such as the platypus. But Sulawesi has none of these giants. No elephants, no tigers, no orangutans. Instead, it shelters a caste of creatures found nowhere else on the planet. And if you want to keep traveling through these hidden corners of the Earth, subscribe. It keeps this journey alive. On the other hand, Sulawesi has no kangaroos or cassowaries like those found in Papua. Instead, it is home to creatures that exist nowhere else, such as the Babirusa with tusks that pierce its own skin, the tiny buffalo-like Anoa, and the Maleo bird, famous for its unique way of laying eggs. This is one of the reasons Sulawesi is considered a hidden wonder of nature. If you want to keep exploring stories like this, remember to subscribe. It helps us bring more of these wild worlds to life. The fundamental difference between Sulawesi's fauna and that of its neighboring islands lies in the deep seas that surround it. These waters are far too vast and deep to be crossed by large animals from Asia or from Australia. As a result, the creatures that settled in Sulawesi long ago evolved on their own, giving rise to an extraordinary biodiversity. Even today, scientists continue to discover new species, ranging from insects and birds to small mammals. Sulawesi feels like a land that never runs out of secrets, as if nature itself has hidden mysteries for us to slowly uncover. Its landscapes are fragmented, filled with gulfs, peninsulas, and rugged mountains. This complex geology has divided its forests into a mosaic of ecosystems. Lowland forests with towering canopies shelter the Anoa and Babirusa. Misty mountain forests hide the tiny tarsier, and along the hot sandy beaches, the Maleo bird buries its eggs beneath the ground. In the high treetop canopy, hornbills soar, spreading seeds that will become the next forest. Each of these ecosystems is not just a physical space, but a web of connections. A hornbill eating fruit is in truth planting new trees elsewhere. A tarsier hunting insects is controlling the balance of forest pests. And a Babirusa tearing up the soil with its snout is actually helping to enrich the earth itself. If you're fascinated by these hidden interactions of life, don't forget to subscribe. You'll always find more of these natural wonders here. Deep inside Sulawesi's forests lives a creature that looks like it has stepped out of myth or a dream. It walks with a muscular frame, an elongated snout, and tusks. Unlike any other in the animal world, those tusks grow upward, piercing through the skin of the snout and curving back toward the forehead, as if threatening to pierce its own skull. They are the Babirusa, one of the most unusual and mysterious animals on Earth. Its name comes from the Malay language, meaning pig deer. This title reflects its bizarre appearance, the body of a pig combined with tusks that resemble the antlers of a deer, a fusion so strange that many once thought it was a mythical creature. For anyone who loves discovering animals this rare, subscribe. You won't want to miss the rest of Sulawesi's secrets. The tusks of the Babirusa are unlike anything else in the natural world. In males, the upper canines grow upward, breaking through the skin of the snout and curve back toward the head. Meanwhile, the lower tusks grow outward to the sides. Together they form a terrifying natural weapon, as if nature had armed this creature with an eternal crown of bone. Strangely enough, the tusks of the Babirusa are not truly used for fighting. Instead, they act more like a biological ornament, a symbol of strength and sexual allure. Adult males often live solitary lives, only coming together during the breeding season. And it is in those moments that their great tusks serve a purpose, not to wound a rival, but to display who is more dominant. If you enjoy uncovering these hidden truths of nature, remember to subscribe. More wild wonders await you here. For centuries, scientists have been fascinated by the tusks of the Babirusa. Some believed they served as protection for the face in combat. Others thought they might be tools for digging. But research shows the tusks are far too fragile for real battle. The most logical explanation is that Babirusa tusks are a visual weapon, much like the peacock's dazzling feathers. The larger and more curved the tusks, the higher the male status in the eyes of the females. Yet ironically, these tusks can become a danger to the Babirusa itself. If they are not worn down or broken naturally, they may continue to grow inwards, piercing the animal's own skull. Despite their bizarre appearance, Babirusas play a vital role in Sulawesi's forests. As fruit eaters, they help disperse seeds. As feeders on insects and small creatures, they help maintain ecological balance. And when they wallow in mud, they create pools later used by other wildlife. In short, the Babirusa is an essential thread in Sulawesi's living web. To lose it would not only mean the disappearance of a strange animal, but also the collapse of important ecological roles. But Sulawesi's jungles hold more than just the Babirusa. In the shadows lives another secretive creature, the Anoa, often called the dwarf buffalo of Sulawesi. Though related to the buffalo we know, the Anoa is far smaller, standing only 70 to 100 centimeters at the shoulder, and weighing between 150 and 300 kilograms. They are stocky, short-haired with dark coats and sharp little horns. Their eyes shine with constant alertness, as if always reading the signs of danger hidden within the forest. If you're captivated by these rare animals, don't forget to subscribe. You'll discover even more of Sulawesi's hidden life. Anoas are true herbivores. Their diet is made up of tender leaves, grasses, shoots, fallen fruits, and even soft young stems. When thirsty, they descend to rivers or swamps to drink. Quiet shadows in Sulawesi's labyrinth of forests, and sometimes they wallow in mud not only to cool their bodies, but also to protect their skin from biting insects. Once satisfied, they slip back into the undergrowth, vanishing like shadows. If you enjoy uncovering these hidden moments of wildlife, don't forget to subscribe. It helps us keep telling these stories. Their solitary nature means the Anoa rarely interacts with others of its kind. Only during the mating season do they actively seek one another out. The female gives birth to a single calf after a pregnancy of 9 to 10 months. The young, fragile and small, will follow its mother everywhere, learning the ways of the forest, what to eat, and how to hide from predators. Though they seem to live alone, the Anoa plays a crucial role in the forest ecosystem. As they move, they carve pathways through dense vegetation, paths later used by smaller creatures. As they feed, they disperse seeds from the plants they consume. And even in death, their bodies return nutrients to the soil, fueling life for countless organisms. In short, the Anoa is a vital strand in the web of life. Lose them, and the forest loses one of its key supports. If this fascinates you, make sure to subscribe. You won't want to miss what comes next. Meanwhile, along the quiet coasts of Sulawesi, where the sun scorches the sand until it burns with heat, a new story begins. A medium-sized bird with glossy black feathers, a white breast, and a striking head crest is seen digging into the ground. Rare wonders like this appear across Sulawesi. Subscribe to continue exploring them with us. They are the Maleo birds, one of the most unique species on Earth, with a way of reproducing that feels like something out of a legend. The Maleo grows to about 55 to 60 centimeters, with a short beak and strong legs perfectly designed for digging. Its black crest makes it easy to recognize, giving it an elegant yet powerful look. But the true wonder of the Maleo is not in its appearance. It lies in how it lays its eggs. And if you enjoy discovering these extraordinary creatures, make sure to subscribe. It helps us bring more of these rare stories to life. Unlike most birds that sit and brood, the Maleo entrusts its eggs to the heat of the earth and the power of the sun. The Maleo's egg is one of the largest in the bird world relative to body size, each weighing up to 250 grams, 5 times that of a chicken egg. Because of this, a newly hatched chick emerges strong, fully feathered, and ready to fly within just a few hours. But for the parents, laying the egg is not just reproduction, it is a ritual filled with risk. During the long dry season, the female searches for volcanic soil or sun-scorched beaches, where temperatures reach 33 to 35 degrees Celsius, the perfect natural incubator. The pair then digs a pit, often more than a meter deep. With powerful legs, they would scratch and claw at the sand tirelessly until the nest is ready. Once they are certain the site is safe, the female lays her massive egg at the bottom, and together they cover it back up, carefully erasing all traces. And that is where the parent's duty ends. Unlike other birds, the Maleo does not brood, does not guard the nest, and will never even meet its own chick. It is left to the earth, the sun, and fate itself. If you'd like to keep following these untold survival rituals, Don't forget to subscribe. You won't want to miss what comes next. After 60 to 80 days beneath the sand, the chick begins to break free. But its first challenge is immense. A tiny bird must claw its way through nearly a meter of packed earth before it can see the light of day. And with every story like this, we are reminded that nature hides miracles everywhere. Subscribe now and journey with us into the wild. It fights for hours, sometimes even days, pushing grains of sand one by one, until at last light greets it. Once out, the Maleo chick does not look for its parents because it never knew them. Instinct immediately guides it to the nearest forest, running on tiny legs, wings flapping. And within just a few hours, it is already capable of short flights and feeding on insects, seeds, and small fruits. This independence from birth is what makes the Maleo bird so extraordinary. If you love uncovering these hidden wonders of nature, don't forget to subscribe. It truly helps keep these stories alive. They are symbols of strength and resilience, yet also symbols of fragility. For their survival depends entirely on the preservation of their habitat. By day, the forest belongs to the sun, but at night, Sulawesi comes alive with whispers, the rustle of leaves, the cries of night birds, the hum of countless insects. And among those voices, one sound stands apart, the piercing call of the tarsier. Tiny primates with enormous eyes, their voices leap from branch to branch like sharp whistles cutting through the dark. The tarsier is one of the smallest primates in the world, standing only 10 to 15 centimeters tall, weighing barely 100 to 150 grams. Its soft gray-brown fur blends perfectly with the shadows of the forest. But what defines it are those giant, round eyes, each as large as its brain. For us, it would be like carrying an orange-sized eye in the middle of our face. And with those eyes, the tarsier sees with astonishing clarity in near total darkness. If you're fascinated by these unseen lives of the forest, subscribe and join the journey. We bring you deeper into the wild every time. The tarsier's neck is another marvel. It can rotate nearly 180 degrees in both directions, much like an owl, giving this tiny hunter a full view of its surroundings without moving its body. A vital advantage for a creature that hunts under cover of night. As true nocturnal primates, tarsiers emerge once the forest is swallowed by darkness. With long, powerful hind legs, they can leap 3 meters in a single bound. From branch to branch, they move like living shadows, almost impossible to follow with the human eye. Their prey ranges from grasshoppers, crickets, and dragonflies to small lizards, and even tiny birds. And if you want to keep exploring these rare glimpses into the hidden world of Sulawesi, subscribe. It ensures we can continue revealing them. Once prey is spotted, the tarsier launches itself with lightning speed, gripping with its long fingers before devouring the catch with its sharp little teeth. They are true carnivores, something rare among primates, since most of their relatives live on fruit and leaves. If you want to keep uncovering these extraordinary creatures of Sulawesi, don't forget to subscribe. It helps us continue bringing these hidden lives to light. Beyond their giant eyes, what makes the tarsier legendary is its piercing call, a sharp whistle, almost like a shriek, used to communicate with its group, to call them together, to mark territory, or to warn of danger. Though often seen alone, tarsiers actually live in small groups of 2 to 6 individuals. By day, they rest together in tree hollows or cracks in the rocks, and by night, they come alive, hunting in silence. But among all the inhabitants of Sulawesi's forests, none are more expressive or charismatic than the Yaki, the black-crested macaque. If the Anoa is the shy guardian of the jungle, the Babirusa, the strange beast of myth, and the Tarsier, the spirit of the night, then the Yaki is the social actor of Wallacea. Noisy, dramatic, endlessly playful, yet full of affection. They live in groups, depending on each other, showing just how complex primate society can be. And if you're fascinated by the drama of these wild communities, subscribe and join us for more stories from the heart of nature. The Yaki is one of 7 macaque species found only in Sulawesi and its surrounding islands. Among its relatives, it is the most iconic, standing out with a unique look. A medium to large primate, body length of 40 to 60 centimeters, weighing between 7 and 15 kilograms. What sets them apart from most Asian monkeys is their tail, or rather, the lack of it. The Yaki's tail is nothing more than a small stump, so much so that many mistake them for tailless apes. Most striking of all is their face, jet black, wide-nosed and uncannily human in its expressions. And if you don't want to miss the next journey into Sulawesi's hidden world, make sure you subscribe. It keeps this adventure alive. Like other primates, the Yaki live within a strict social hierarchy. A dominant male usually takes the role of leader, but his position can be challenged at any time by a rival who is stronger, or perhaps simply smarter. The females, on the other hand, form strong bonds with each other, grooming, sharing food, and standing together in moments of conflict. If you enjoy discovering these hidden social dramas of the wild, remember to subscribe so you don't miss the next journey. Males often compete for females, showing off their size, baring their teeth, or even engaging in fierce physical battles. But the choice is not only theirs. The females hold power too. They can refuse unwanted males, shifting the balance of dominance in surprising ways. Every day in a Yaki troop is like a stage play of survival and emotion. Fights over food, reconciliations through grooming, struggles for attention, or tender embraces to comfort one another. One of their most fascinating traits lies in their facial expressions. They can smile, pout, glare, or flash their teeth, each gesture carrying meaning. Perhaps the most famous is when they open their mouths and show their teeth with a calm face. To us it looks like a smile, but to the Yaki, it's a sign of peace, a way of saying, "I am not a threat." And if this glimpse into their secret language moves you, make sure to subscribe and follow along for more stories like this. Beyond expressions, sound is vital. The Yaki communicate with a rich vocabulary of calls, sharp cries to warn of danger, soft grunts to reassure, and long shrieks during conflict. They are opportunistic omnivores, eating fruits, young leaves, flowers, insects, even small animals. But fruits are their true treasure. By spreading seeds, they help regenerate the forest, playing a role far larger than their size might suggest. Day after day, they travel through the canopy, moving noisily from tree to tree. Juveniles dash around in play, mothers cradle their infants, and males patrol the edges of the troop. And in the background, the Sulawesi forest is alive with voices, among them the deep resonant sound of the hornbill, echoing through the trees like the beat of a giant wooden drum. If you want to keep exploring these untold worlds of the wild, don't forget to subscribe. It truly keeps these stories alive.